All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Happy Saturday. Now, listen. Let's see who the good girl is first. Good girl, Bodie. Good girl. Good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. Yeah, good girl, Bodie. Good girl. Good girl, Bodie. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. 800-878-9698. Bodie Hotline, Fun Line. Call the Bodie line. Say something nice to Bodie. Wish her happy holidays. And get her in a nice mood. Bodie's waiting for your call. She's wishing you happy holidays. Let's do it. She's the greatest in the world. Oh, yeah. We'll make it a feature on the show. Say your first name, where you're from. Sing your little zippity-doo-dah. Say a little song. What's going on with your life? We'll bounce off of it. We'll roll with it. We love the rough edges over here, DeanBodi. Sing the song with your voice. I'm sure it's better than mine, and we're going to just do a nice duet with our own voices. What do you think of that? We don't edit on this show. We flip the mic, we go A to Z, and we put it in the can, because it's real stories, real life experiences, how it really is, the rough edges. We don't have to smooth out the rough edges. Those are the coolest parts about the whole journey, on everything about you, all the little rough edges we try to polish, and some of them will never be polished, but that's the beauty in you. Oh, yeah. So, DeanBodi.com is the website. We got the links on there. One will get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. The other link will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. Wow. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do. All right, so listen, happy Kwanzaa. Today is officially Kwanzaa starts, and I believe it means first fruits in Swahili. What do you think of that? I don't know any Kwanzaa carols or any songs, but hey, if you're out there celebrating Kwanzaa, awesome. Let's find out. Let's do a little bit of a educational start off with my sidekick, Alexa, and learn together. Hey, Alexa, tell us about Kwanzaa.
Dr. Maulana Karenga was a black nationalist leader who created and modeled Kwanzaa after the first harvest celebrations in Africa. The word Kwanzaa means first fruits in Swahili. The holiday lasts 7 days, from December 26th to January 1st. Each day represents the following 7 principles: unity, self-determination, collective work, and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith.
Awesome! Happy Kwanzaa, first fruits in Swahili. I'm fired up. Hey, man. All right, I think we're going to set off a fireworks show. Happy Kwanzaa. Awesome way to start off the show. How's everything going, everybody? Let me tell you, we're walking around the neighborhood today. Bodie and I are having a great walk. We're officially on vacation from my consulting business I do on the other side of the world, other side of my life, or whatever you want to call it. And let me tell you, it took a couple days for me to give myself permission just to shut it down. 7 days a week, man. It never stops. And you get into this kind of crazy rhythm and you forget, because I'm not getting any quality rest. The body heals when it rests. The body fixes itself when it sleeps. And I haven't gotten any solid rest, and I don't really remember when. So it took me a little while to shut it down. And let me tell you, the last couple of days have been better. I'm doing the sleep mode for my Bulletproof guy. Got my sleepy time nutritionals. It's helping. Thank you so much, Bulletproof guy. You're the greatest. And we're doing our thing over here. Now listen, you know I'm going through this whole, is the gout flaring up or not? My adrenal gland insufficiency, what's happening with that? What's going on? Those of you that are along the ride for me, let me tell you about the biggest challenge of my life on a lot of fronts, and we're trying to navigate and figure this thing out one day at a time, okay? We're going down a new path of new thinking and not getting all wrapped up in the decades of wrong thinking. Is it a painful process going through it? Yeah, well, you know what? Sometimes it is. Sometimes you got to go through the fire. Actually, most of the time, you got to go through the fire to get out through the other side, kind of like Tony Robbins' fire walk. You got to walk across the hot coals so you become enlightened. You figure out the difference between pain and pleasure, and you know you got to go through some of these things and challenge yourself. All right, so what's going on? Well, I'm back on the meds because I took a day off, and just like Dr. Boz was talking about, and a couple other medical doctors I've been going down the rabbit hole with that, like not the conventional thinking, and we're trying to plug this thing in and add up the things and go down what makes sense and what the research is saying. So that being said, I went a day off without the meds and all, and it started to flare up all over the right foot. The vulnerable side is the side that's affected most by my adrenal gland insufficiency. Left side too, but not like the right. When I have jello foot on the right side, rubber band hips on the right, it's getting wailed on. So it started moving crystals around as the little guys inside the foot area with their suitcases, I'm freaking them out. I'm like, listen, man, you guys got to vacate. You guys got to get out of there because we're doing a new way of thinking. And the little guys with the suitcases full of crystals are like, oh my gosh, here he goes again. He's doing it to us again. We got to move over here, move over there. And the areas are all over the place. So areas of my foot that weren't bothering me before were bothering me because crystals were starting to wake things up and move things around. But I'm telling you, it wasn't fun doing it, but it was happening the way they said it was going to happen, or the one doctor was. So keep things around, as she said, in case you have a flare-up, as your body's bathing things in the ketones, and your kidney can start functioning better to flush and dispose of this uric acid and these crystals. It's not going to happen overnight. To become keto adapted, you're looking at 5, maybe to 10 weeks, become fat adapted, as they're saying. So I'm just a newbie at this. The first week of the 4th of December, we started doing this journey. We're not even 4 weeks in, but we're checking our ketones. I was in advanced ketosis today, so we went back on the meds. Now, here's the mindset. No, I don't like taking meds, and most of my life I haven't taken any, but we're doing this thing as a crisis care thing so I can function. I have to walk Bodhi. I don't walk Bodhi. Bodhi's mad at me. And when Bodhi's mad at me, my life is not good. And when my life is not good, things don't go as well. And when things don't go as well, things start to lose, focus, and you become off the rails. And when you lose focus and come off the rails, you get a little sideways, and you like when you hit the gas too fast on that, on that Hellcat that you got, and you start fishtailing all over the place, and you just miss a tree by like that much. That out of control. So you take a deep breath, you dial it back in, you drive the speed limit like a normal person, and in your mind, you can go fast if you want to, but maybe not such a good idea because I'm not a hotshot professional driver. You follow me? So I'm not really a professional driver when it comes to this gout thing, so we're learning how to take a step back, think about what's going on. So we got the backup Medrol pack, remember? See, this is why I got this backup stuff. We're on it again. We're going to go through the process so I can keep things calmed down while my body's figuring out and I'm becoming keto adapted. You got it? Oh, yeah. So we got the Medrol. We're doing the colchicine for a few days to calm things down. It's a different pathway. Let's calm things down because things feel better when they're calm and you're not in excruciating pain and crying like a little baby. All right, colchicine, we got the Medrol going. Indocin for anti-inflammatory, we're cranking it up a little bit there. And we got the Uloric, which is the long-term thing going. Takes about a few weeks for that thing to get going. Now, here's what's going on. As I'm trying to get keto adapted and we're working on flushing this stuff out and these crystals so we can come out the other side, you got to stay in it. You cannot do this part-time. I know it's hard for some of you out there that's dealing with this kind of thing, but this is no part-time. Just like any other program, bodybuilding, getting a six-pack ab, getting yourself in great shape, getting mentally dialed in with your meditation practices or whatever, consistency, and you build up this momentum, that's how you win. In business, in life, in health, the whole nine. So Here's the thought process. As I become keto adapted, as we're fixing it and getting the body chemistry dialed in, okay, with this, and the ketones and bathing it so your kidneys can flush it out. The problem is not the purines. And we know that F is for fructose and U stands for uric acid. You put the F and the U together. What'd he say? Yo, yeah. So anyways, the point is, holy moly. The point is this. As we're becoming keto adapted, the idea is while things are calmed down with the temporary medication, keyword temporary, we'll start shaving them off. The Medrol pack is only temporary. It's only like a week. The colchicine, it's really only like a few days, maybe a week, and then you put it down. Okay, so those two will come off the list in a week. And the Indocin is just there like an ibuprofen on steroids to calm things down so you don't go through a problem. And then that will get tapered down, okay? So that's 3 off the list. You follow the plan, not to be on things long term, and you scratch them off one by one as your body starts getting dialed in. And the Uloric, which is long-term, it takes a few weeks to get in your system. Let's go for that journey on that, and then we can keep things calm. Then, if I can go, once that thing starts getting dialed in and I'm doing this this keto diet and getting my body dialed in, okay, and becoming fat adapted, we'll see if I'm on that Uloric, okay, and I can go 30 days or longer. Let's just say, we can go 30 days with no flare-ups, right? And then I become keto adapted and all that and go through that. Or go through the process of Uloric is the plan until I become keto adapted. And then let's say, even a smarter way, and it's only temporary, a couple of months out of your life, to not have a flare-up. Let's go 60 days. No flare-up, right? Keto adapted, and then 60 days, and then I'm off the other meds. The only thing there is the Uloric. Then you drop the Uloric, and you stay with the keto diet, and you stay dialed in with the healthy fats high, the protein very moderate, the carbs very low. And you stay in the zone. And then if you're in ketosis, full nutritional ketosis, and you're not getting any flare-ups, off of the medication, touchdown, you got it. If it doesn't work and I have a flare up again, well, I don't know what to say. What I'm going to know is I'm going to learn either way. Either I'm going to fix this thing, okay, or maybe I'll be in a small percentage of I'm going to have to do something to keep myself dialed in or whatever, or go super strict. Maybe the keto is not right for me. Is that a possibility? Yes. And we can do some kind of hybrid of what I did before and some hybrid keto and see maybe we can figure out that navigation also. It doesn't just stop with what somebody says. Real life experiences, so you know. Now listen, doctors listening out there, whoever you are, and the ones I've been following, there's a few of them. I don't need to drop any names because they're helping me. If you personally have never had gout, then you don't really get to speak on it that much, except for, your patients came in and they said, I can't do the keto because the flare-ups are too painful, but they recommend sticking with it until your body can flush it out and all these other things. Listen, if you have never had it yourself and you've never done it yourself, you're just going by what somebody's telling you. You don't live with them. You don't sleep with them. You're not on their day-to-day. Maybe they're sneaking a Snickers bar here and there and saying they're doing the keto or whatever. This is not easy to be 100% all the way in. You'd have to do some kind of research project in your practice other than just going by what they say. Because that's really all you can go by. Patient comes in, they give you all kinds of zippity-doo-dah. This hurts, that hurts, this is going on, that's going, oh, well, you better do this or better do that. And then they get home and start eating Doritos and stuff. But they're telling you something different because they don't want to come across as they're not sticking to it and they want their doctor to be happy with them. This is what I do in my consulting business and the health. I know I'm speaking from experience and I'm going through this myself because when we come out the other side, you're going to know and I'm going to know the truth. That's all, because when I'm doing it, I'm 1,000% in. That's the bottom line, because I want to get to the bottom of this. And that's it, man. F is for fructose for a reason. You got to stay away from it. Why? Because you don't want your insulin levels high. You don't want insulin resistance in the body. You want to get that insulin sensitivity back, right? You want your body functioning better. We don't need the F is for fructose in the body. You understand? That's why no grains, no bad starchy carbs. Nice, good nothing wrong with the purines. Your body produces way more purines on its own than you could ever eat, period, and uses it for energy every time it breaks down ATP, ADP, A whatever P. And it makes purines. That's what it does. So, that being said, can't get all freaked out with the meat because it doesn't really put your uric acid in the wrong places. Isn't that interesting? So, well, that's a good thing to know, that you can enjoy some meat, walk around freaked out about seafood and all this other stuff and meat and all these things. A lot of people doing this diet called the carnivore diet aren't getting any gout flare-ups. What are you going to do? It's kind of wild, but there's certain things you got to stay away from. Keep your insulin levels down and, try to go down this new road and figure it out. And again, the main point before I break off and we go down another road, man, I'm fired up about this because I like learning how to do it. And when you can go through your own personal life experiences and I'm really dealing with the whole night on top of the adrenal gland insufficiency, which puts me in even a more bizarre category as we're healing all of this together. We're going to figure it out one way or the other and come out the other side. Okay? So however it is, you got to deal with the truth. And you get to the truth by following things 1,000% and getting it figured out. All right, one day at a time. We're going down the journey together. So here we are. We're going through it. The crazy thing is, when that flare-up came when I went a day off the meds, boy, it was really coming back cranking because we're moving crystals around. Things are shuffling around while you're going through these changes and trying to become keto adapted. What a crazy journey. What a wild ride. 57 years old, and we're finally starting something new and trying to get it figured out. And like I said, going through a process like this, you're going to get the truth one way or the other, and you face the truth and get it figured out however you got to do it. So you can function in your life, live the best life that you can, and keep moving down the road. Not just by what somebody says, not by a doctor that goes, oh, well, my patient said this. You don't live with your patients. You only get most of the information, but not all. And that's most of the cases. But some things are ringing true, like the purine thing and all these other things. They're finding out what's really going on. That the coffee, people that drink more coffee and the caffeine have less gout flare-ups than ones that don't. How crazy is that when they want to make you afraid of all the coffee and all this stuff? Learning all kinds of new stuff, man. So we had our bulletproof coffee this morning, and this is one of the days where I'm not doing the long intermittent fasting, and we're getting our meal replacement bulletproof coffee drink, which is pretty cool. You get the grass-fed butter, you get the MCT oil in there. I do a little pinch of pink Himalayan salt, and the nice bulletproof breakfast blend, real fresh coffee. Man, that stuff smells unbelievable. And I put a scoop of the collagen protein powder in there. And you know what else I did? I took a couple of shakes of some cinnamon. I put a couple of shakes of turmeric in there. And I took a little vanilla, organic, little splash of that. We put that into the Ninja blender, and we heard zzz, meal replacement, keto coffee, boom. Now, woo! Speaking of the Ninja, going into the garbage. Yeah, I gave you a little clap. Nice going. Hold on a second, man. Round 3 with the Ninja. It decided to explode at 1 a.m. the other night. Thanks a lot, Ninja. One of the threads on top of the thingamabobs wasn't lining up good, or it's not factory dialed in, and it started spraying all over the kitchen. And if you've never had hot coffee spraying all over the kitchen like Niagara Falls, what a mess. Bodhi jumps up She's just chilling out in the living room, listening to the meditation music, trying to chill out. And here comes Smarty Pants, wants to jump up and have a late night coffee. I want to watch on my computer, maybe look at some YouTube stuff or watch some Netflix and just take a little chill because I was wide awake. And what happens? This thing blows up, starts spraying all over the kitchen, and it didn't happen to me once, not just once, but twice. Because I thought I had the thread dialed in. I thought I fixed it at the first major cleanup. I almost had to call like the cleanup crew that cleans up like a murder scene to come clean out my little kitchen and get everything redialed back in again. Excuse me, my computer is deciding to take a little bit of a pause. And that's what it does from time to time because that's how we do it over here. We like the rough edges at DeanBodi Show. The Ninja freaked out on me. I was very upset because this thing is a nice unit. This thing is brand new. This thing is started working off okay. So we took it, threw it in the garbage. The big Ninja that I have is way too many years old. That thing's getting dumped next week. So we're making some changes. Sometimes you got to freshen up the kitchen. Hey, we're getting a new crock pot because I'm going to put together some nice stews, keto style stews. And I'm super excited about crock pot stuff. I never really gone down that road, but it's one of those kind of you set it, let it cook all day. The house smells unbelievable, like stew, and we'll see what else we can come up with. Chili and stuff like that. Fire it up in the cold wintry months. All right. So we have a new magic bullet. That's coming, that little blender. We're going with the magic bullet. And one of the keto guys I follow uses the bullet. We're going to give that a try. And I'm changing the blender to a new blender. It's the one, I'm trying to think of the name. I don't know, but it's top of the line, and I got it from my bulletproof guy. In one of his videos, he had that blender, Blendtek, and we're getting that puppy, and we're tossing out the old and the new. Hey, this is my little Christmas present Hanukkah gift to myself. We're going to get a few new appliances, and sorry, Ninja, we were together a long time. Sometimes relationships don't work out, and you break up and you move on. I met somebody new. What can I tell you? Hey, Millie, yeah! You hear what he said? All the Ninja blenders, he's getting rid of it. I can't believe it. I know. We have a Ninja, and it leaked all the stuff. And one time, it caused me a problem, and maybe we should change it too. Wow. DeanBodi, thanks a lot for the recommendation. The magic bullet in the Blendtek. I think we're going to change it also. Way to go, DeanBodi. So, that's what's going on over here. And look, let's see what's going on over here, DeanBodi Show. We don't want to shortchange anybody, DeanBodi. Oh, yeah. Oh, this guy was barbecuing yesterday and was smoking out the neighborhood. I guess thought he was making a nice Christmas dinner on the grill, but this guy was getting so smoked out, I don't think he cleaned the grill. So that was kind of funny. The former rather than the latter, fancy words to try to make things sound more important. It isn't. And wow, what else do we talk about here? Say it's meditative. Okay, so listen. Is it the former or is it the latter? I say it's the latter rather than the former. Why don't you just stop using words like that and confusing people? Look, to this day, the former and the latter is very confusing language. Stop doing that, okay? Fix it. Change it, Mr. Smarty Pants. Why don't you just say exactly what that is, the former one or the latter, the actual term or the word, instead of saying that? You're asking us to remember what you said was the former or the latter. Very confusing. Stop doing that, fancy pants, and making yourself sound you're super smart when you're really not, and you're just confusing everybody even more. How about that for the former and the latter? Dial it down, okay? So, Mr. Smokey out there barbecuing everybody. This guy was standing in front of this grill, smoking him. You could not even see him. There was so much smoke. I was waiting for the fire truck and, EMS to come out here and rescue this entire family because this guy was smoking up whatever fancy chicken wings he thought was going to be delish. I'm glad I wasn't at that dinner table that night because it was so much smoke. It was so funny. You had to see it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, listen, too funny. So I've discovered anytime you're doing a chore that's aggravating and you don't like doing it, whether it's me dealing with that tree that spits leaves all over my patio or this or that, you're vacuuming, you're wiping things up, whatever you don't like doing, say the words that it's meditative. If you say it's meditative, it's a meditative process going through your vacuuming or whatever, all of a sudden it sounds spiritual. All of a sudden it sounds like you're like a monk practicing meditation, and it's not such a project that's irritating. You're doing this thing as a meditative exercise. That's how you get it dialed in, baby. All right. So, she's a good girl, Bodhi. She's the best girl in the world. Yeah, the good girl, Bodhi. Yeah, the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. We're going to try to bowl a strike right now. Excuse me. Oh, strike, baby. DeanBodi.com is the website. We got the links in there. I want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. The other link will get you over to the social, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. All the videos are on there. Come on, man. All the audio, however you want to digest the podcast, enjoy the process. We're getting close to our next achievement award with Buzzsprout when we get to 6,000 downloads, and we're excited. We're getting close, and we're getting close to 200 podcast episodes done. That's going to be the next achievement award there too. How cool is that? I noticed that Canada on my list has gone way down. It used to be right under the United States with percentage listening. Maybe they're mad at me when I was talking on the big show that time about Canada, my experience there, the whole DUI and getting thrown out of the country and all these things more than once. Don't be mad at me, Canada. It just happens. You're allowed to have your own rules, and that's the way it goes. But you're back on 1%. Welcome back, DeanBodi. And we got Chile and United Kingdom and Spain. Come on, man. We got all kinds of things going on over here, DeanBodi. The tentacles are far-reaching. DeanBodi Show. Dean Boatsters, what's going on out there? Dean Boatsters is what we like. We're going to put that on some merch. Boatsters is like roadster. Roadster, like the car. Boatster. It's got movement. It's got energy. It's got drive. It's got passion. It's got speed. Yeah, so Dean Boatsters rhymes with roadsters. How cool is that? I think that one's making me excited the most, and Bodhi agreed with me today. So, listen, man, we're doing our thing over here, DeanBodi Show. We're having some fun. If you like what's going on over here, consider subscribing. Click the like button. Ring that notification bell. You don't want to miss any of these shows. Why? Because these are real shows. Coming at you daily, DeanBodi, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly. If it's bi-daily, tri-daily, it's still daily. You can listen to us multiple times a day. You can rewind it. You can forewind it. You can try-wind it. And do your thing and digest it however you want to. I hope you listen to the HR Puff and Stuff Banana Split episode, which is way out in the lead with most downloads on other episodes for some reason. And what can I tell you? Let's finish it up with a little zippity doodah like we were doing. How much fun is this? We were doing our thing. Let's just check one more thing, just because we don't want to shortchange anybody. DeanBodi Show. Once again, happy Kwanzaa. How cool is that with the whole Kwanzaa thing? First fruits in Swahili. God bless. Do it. I wish I knew like a song or some kind of Kwanzaa jingle that I could do for you right now. But maybe you can call 800-878-9698. Share one with us so we can do a duet with you. We'll make it a feature on the show. All right. So you are what the food ate. Not just you are what you eat. You are what your food ate. That means grass-fed, grass-finished, baby. Pasture-raised, baby. Organic. Keep it dialed in. You got to watch all these things called mycotoxins, moldy things that get on old spices and whatever. If you got a bunch of spices up and above your stove and they're too old and you've had them for like 5 years, toss them. Mold is not good, and it might affect brain function, and it might affect energy. It might affect how you're functioning. These little details I'm finding out from my bulletproof dude is making me think about things. You go a few months with the new seasoning. If you haven't used it, get rid of it, start fresh again. Hey, that's why I started using some fresh herbs and things like that. How much fun is that? It's in the details, baby. It's in the details. So let's see one more thing here. Yeah, we did it. We did it, and we're good. And let me tell you something. I feel for that guy. We're going to call that guy the Smoky Christmas. He was covered in smoke. It was so unbelievable. I'm trying to draw you a picture. Hey, stay with us on this thing, baby. We got this. Don't worry about the COVID schmovid pandemic schmandemic. And yeah, there's a new strain coming, and Dr. Fettuccine's talking all this stuff. You know what's a new strain, and you know what's confusing? Every time Fettuccine says something and opens his mouth. How about that? Pelosi, oh, wow, look at that, the stimulus. You're going to insult us with a $600 check? What is that going to go? One trip around the center aisle of the grocery store, and then it's all spent already? Huh? Oh, my God. Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Listen, Pelosi, don't be upset with us because the house fell on your sister. Oh, yeah. Have an awesome day. DeanBodi.com. We'll talk at you soon. All right.